Hello and welcome to the first race of the 2019 season. Here we are all lined up 2 by 2. It's the first race, so first race nerves, just getting used to the cars again. In front of me in the yellow Caterham, that's Peter in his little rocket ship. Right in front of me is the Formula Ford of Trout Roberts. I've raced with him a couple of times. Hard to see the green flag, so listen for the turn, there it goes. Not a great start by me. Oh, and Trout misses a gear, I think. No other reason to be going backwards quite that quickly. Head into the first big turn, turn 2, this left-hander. Lots of braking, lots of grip. How much do you trust your tyres? They'll be a bit cold, they won't have warmed properly. And I tell you who isn't confident that his tyres are nice and warm is Andy in that white Lotus 211 in front of us. He should be storming away, but he's just being a bit tentative. That's alright, his loss is my gain. Also Peter's being a bit tentative, actually they're both being blocked by that Formula Ford. So here I go, can I find a way past them? There goes Peter, I've got him. Now can I tuck in past Andy? He blocks me quite well, but he goes out wide, I tuck in behind. And there you go, I've got him! Except he's got a bit more horsepower than me and off he goes. So that's gonna happen. It's always tricky when racing these high horsepower cars. You know they're gonna come past you on the straight, and once they do, wow, it's all game over. But you can hold them off for a lot of good corners, and so that's the game, right? You're not expecting to beat him, but you do want to hold them off for a few laps. So Andy's off, right? His extra horsepower is giving him a big boost. He's gone. Oddly, the yellow Caterham behind me has fallen back a bit. He's just, first race blues. He's just still getting used to his car. We'll see if he comes back later, but for now I've got him licked. A little bit of a backing actually. See who's coming up next. So right behind me is a thing called a store. They're ferociously fast. He's going to wander past any time he wants. So here he goes. Zoom off he zooms. No effort at all. And here's Peter. It's challenging, but I block him. Oh, it's a yellow flag anyway. He couldn't have passed, so that's why he backed off. So just holding off Peter. He's still going to be challenging, but we're coming up to the low power section in the twisties where I can match him because our cars are basically the same in there. And keeping it in. Oh, there's a car off to the right back there. Cars are bunching up here. You can see Don's red and white Caterham, who I'm really chasing. We're in the same class. And oh, there's a lot of dust, and it's a spinner. Someone spun right there. Lots of stuff everywhere, and it's one of the Formula Fords. Too early on the gas coming through 3B. It's slippery out there. There's gravel everywhere, and he's not only spun it, he's brought more gravel onto the track. So that's a problem that will recur, no doubt. Cruising through here, 5A, 5B, I love this section. You just get the flow right, and you're waiting. Throttle now, full throttle up the hill, using that horsepower. I'm not worried about the guys in front, I can't catch them. But this Formula Ford behind me, I want to defend against him. So let's see what he's got. Probably a slightly higher top speed. They're pretty comparable cars to us. They're lighter, they're smaller, but they've got less power. Coming out of 8 there. He gets good speed through 9 here. He's right on me. He's got a slightly higher top speed and he pops and goes for it, but he doesn't trust me not to cut him off through the kinks, so he backs off again, giving Pete a chance to take him. Pete's going to cruise by me anyway. He's got more horsepower, so I'm not too worried about him, so I'm focusing on blocking the Formula Ford. So coming up here, Pete gets a bit of first race jitters and brakes a bit early, but it doesn't matter because that yellow flag is still flying, and so unfortunately, this Formula Ford shouldn't have overtaken me there. I know I left the door open for him and that was careless of me, but he shouldn't have taken it. Can't do that too many times, the marshals will have words about that. Let's see if we can get him back. He guards well here. It's right in the middle, and he's going for Pete. Has he found a way? Whoops, nope. Pete blocks him. We come around here again. No place to really overtake or undertake or duck in through. Straight drag out of here. Nobody gets a particularly good drag. Pete's got the more horsepower, so he wanders off. I just can't quite catch this Formula Ford. He's got a good bit of pace in the low end. About mid-range we're about the same. Good through here. I just can't quite keep with him, which is very irritating. See up the hill? Okay, I've got the horsepower advantage, so I'm at least at parity. Come through here. This Formula Ford is really doing well. Heavy braking coming in here, and Smokey locks all four just briefly. He's really on Pete's arse. Pete's, you know, first race blues. This guy certainly hasn't got him. He's going to have to move to keep up with Pete's horsepower, but he's sure giving it a go. Very impressive driving from the Formula Ford. There's a thing behind me, we call a thing with wings and slicks, Formula Mazda. He's just going to wander past me. Much faster car. There it goes. Makes a great noise from that Wankel rotary. And that yellow flag's gone, which means the driver is safe on the car that was stranded on the inside, so this Mazda is not pulling away as fast as he should be. I think he's either having setup troubles or he's not very experienced, but maybe there's a chance that I'll stay in contact with him. And getting very slippery around here. Watch my hands. Trying to catch the car. And the Mazda also having trouble and putting a wheel off and spraying some dirt in the air. And unfortunately when you do that, the dirt comes back on the track. And so the more that people put a wheel off and bring dirt back onto the track, the more that it gets slippery, and the more people put wheels off and bring dirt back on the track, and it all just escalates, and the track's just getting grubbier and grubbier and grip's getting less and less certain. It's fine dealing with low grip situations. You know, you slow down, you cope with it. The problem is with gravel, you never know if it's there or not lap to lap, so it's uncertain grip. So you go through once and you can put plenty of power down, the car's lovely and rock steady, and then next lap it's sliding around like crazy. Anyway, yeah, this Mazda's not as quick as the car should be, so maybe I can just stick with him. He's certainly punching a nice big hole in the air for me, well, that's great. I'll just cruise behind him. Bit of a vacuum here. No one behind that's really chasing me. In front of me, ahead of the Mazda, is Don, but he's just out of reach, really. So it's head down, focus, just concentrate on driving your own laps. Hope the other guys make a mistake. So coming, braking hard into turn 2, finding that grip, keeping that throttle steady, wait, and now out the dip you can get on the throttle all the way. Continue the curve, round to the left again, now straight, down the hill, very steep hill, hard braking, hard. Pick your own line, everyone's got their own line. Find the grip. The car's sliding all over the place here, and you just got to deal with the lack of grip. Through here, how early can you get on the throttle? More wheels off, more gravel on the track. Back on the throttle, this one's easy. It's called to turn 4, but there's not really a turn, it's a straight for me. Little dip up the hill, feather the throttle, turn in left, little bit of throttle, change down, back on throttle, medium, find it, go now! All the way up the hill. It's a very steep hill, doesn't look that way on the video. Hard left, still firmly in the throttle, finding the braking now. Braking hard and wrestle the car around, build medium throttle through here, just balance the car. You don't want to pinch it too hard to the left or you scrub the speed off, but you do want to get somewhere left so you can take a nice fast line through 9. Don in the red and white ahead of me. He's my sort of main competition. Don's a bit better than me. He's driven all sorts of stuff, a lot more experience, but he's not been as long in Caterhams. So it sort of all balances out and we have some really good scraps. But clearly on this track he's got the right setup or the right something. He out-qualified me and he's managing to keep ahead. But the Formula Mazda managed to get past him on sheer straight line speed, so see how he can do about that. Coming down here, hard braking, trying to find this grip. It's very slippery out here. You can see my hands working really hard. Trying to find that grip. And someone, oh, the Formula Ford has spun it on the exit of 3B, so he's facing the wrong way. It's never a good time when you come around out of a corner and you're looking someone else in the face. That's not what you want as a racing driver. But again, the same place they spin. They get on the throttle a little too early. The car's a bit light and there's some gravel on the track and round she goes. And once it starts going there's not much to do. Just hang on. And in fact that spinner so disturbed the Mazda that Don passed him back. So Don's now actually back ahead of the Mazda. heavy braking, wrench the car around, you're really fighting with it. You can see my hands working hard, you're finding that grip all the time. Through here, fast right-hander. How close to the wall do you dare go? Find the exit, not in the grass, but just close to it. And then this bit's kind of boring, honestly. You're just sitting there with your foot on the floor. This is where I check my gauges. There's really nothing to do as a driver here, so I just check all the gauges, make sure they're fine. There we go. Now ready for the big break into two, and go. Braking hard, braking as little as possible. How much speed can you preserve through two? Wait for the dip. There's the dip. Now you can go full throttle. You can see in the distance as we come down the hill, the Mazda has repassed Don. Again, he just cruised past him on the straight. There's not much Don could do. Here we go, coming around through here. Find that line. Okay, that's a bit too eager. And again, someone else also found that low grip situation, and we're just all really making it up as we go along through here. The idea of an ideal line is kind of lost in the dust. And I assume it was the Mazda that had a bit of a slideways moment, because Don's taken him back, and the Mazda from now on actually seems to chill out a bit. He's just as fast on the straights. That car will go a lot faster if he wants it to, but clearly he's just decided that it's a difficult time pushing it here with the uncertain grip, and he doesn't really want to park it into hedge. So he's just going to keep it at his level of comfort. I think he's a new driver anyway, and so yeah, you know, keep its shiny side up, finish the race. That's cool as well, so no problems. But that car will go a lot faster in future. He'll get there. We got two Formula Fords coming up behind me. They're battling it out, and you'll never guess why they're behind me and battling it out. It's because they're the two that spun. So both of them spun on the same place in 3B. Anyway, they're both much faster than me, and they're having a battle with each other, so I just let them pass, because you don't want to get in the way of someone's battle. They're actually battling for points, whereas I'm not. We're in a different class, so I'll let them go. Always good to watch two folks battling it out in front of you. I'm just trying to keep it neat and tidy, but these two are absolutely going at it. Always entertaining, right in front of you. Ringside seat. And a little tire lock up there. That's how you span it last time, so stop doing that or you'll be round again. It's all very well to fight each other hard, but oh, and there's a yellow flag, so eyes up. What's going on here? Might be big, might be nothing. And there's the waving yellow, so that means the thing's right here. What's going on? And it turns out someone's just broken down, so they've just parked it on the right hand side. They're out of the way. Shouldn't be a problem, no one's going to hit them there. Hopefully no safety car or anything, they'll just clean that up and that'll be fine. But there might be a yellow flag there for a bit longer. So the positions are, these are the two Formula Fords separated by the Formula Mazda. Just ahead of them is Don, again in the red and white Caterham, which I'm really not closing on, but he's not getting away either. Honestly, these straight bits in a Caterham, they're kind of boring. I'm about top speed now, and you just check your dials, chill out, foot on the floor, there's not much to do. Now's the exciting bit when you go brake, hard braking, change gear, turn it round, get that car round, and you're waiting until you can add full throttle about now, up through there, power it round the corner. You're powering downhill, you get up to about 110 here before braking hard. Find your brake and turn points. It's a very exciting downhill and turn. Coming around here, and another spinner, another Formula Ford. Actually, I think it's the same Formula Ford that spun it last time, so he's spun twice there. To spin once could be considered misfortune. To spin twice means, well, you're just pushing it too hard. So that's cost him the race. There you go, that's racing. So static yellow flags, that's where someone's parked at the side of the road, but it's static now because there's no real danger. But there is still no passing. Now you may have noticed the black car behind me, that's actually the race leader coming to lap me, but he saw him battling with someone else, he's got a good lead, so he's dropped back and he's just chilling. This car here, beautiful paint scheme. That's a Formula V, and that's basically the mechanicals and suspension from a VW Beetle, a 60s Beetle, put onto a race chassis. They're very cool little cars, really accessible way to go racing. Not exactly quick, but boy, single-seater racing is fun no matter how fast you're going. So I really like those cars. And if you think you saw a checkered flag, you did. They're waving it for the race leader, who's just behind me. So I'm now on my last lap. Now there's a bunch of cars up ahead. Turns out they're 3 Caterhams. So one of them is the red and white of Dawn, who I'm actually racing with directly. The blue one is Sophia. She's a novice, and yeah, with our speed difference of a few seconds a lap, this is about when I'm coming up to lap her. So that works out right. And then ahead of Sophia in the yellow Caterham, that's Sophia's dad, Bruce, showing us some lines, because again, she's a novice. She just hasn't been to this track too many times, and never in a race. So I can't pass here because it's a yellow flag, because of the chap off to the right. So I've just got to sit here. That's fine, this is racing. And then we pass the next turn station, flag's gone, so I can overtake now. Sophia sees me, stays wide, backs off. Thank you very much, Sophia. Very nice of you. Bruce is, I can trust Bruce, he knows I'm there. Alright, how much time have I got left to chase this Formula Mazda? I think I'm out of laps, so I think we're just cruising home. A fun race. Not much overtaking action in the middle, but boy, when you're in the seat and there's gravel all over the track, you're having to wrestle the car around and knowing how much throttle you can put on and not. It's exciting even when nobody else is around. So a good start to the season though, some very consistent lap times, very happy with that. So yep, good start to the season.